All right, just looking back at the game from Saturday, is there anything else that stood out to you that you hadn't noticed right away?
I don't know. I thought, especially first half defensively, we played even better than I thought. Our third down defense was really good in those things. So, probably nothing that, it's kind of what I was hoping to see, kind of what we thought a little bit on. We did a seven play drive and about a handful of gadgets to kind of get themselves going. So I thought that was good. I still thought our special teams was solid, other than the extra point and the missed field goal, which I think will get corrected quickly.
And then we saw a few defensive guys go down at the end of the game. Hayden, Jeremy, a couple others. Was any update to offer on any of those guys?
Neither practice today. That's about the best I can give you right now. So hoping for better news as we progress through the week.
Let's only go back to Friday, and there's the announcement of the $15 million gift for the Gateway District. I just wondered when you saw that, what did you think about that?
Where'd you get the money?
It's anonymous, I can't say it.
Okay. Colin Sexton let me know, that it was coming, and it was something that, again, very appreciative of the gift and what it's going to do for this project and help this program for the long term, and appreciate the donor, and I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, I was waiting for you. Yeah, I'm sure. Are you constantly getting updates on that project still, or?
I don't know, constantly. Yeah, I mean, for now, I've been a part of some of the meetings, some meetings with donors. I feel very comfortable with what I'm being informed and updated with.
I'm curious, 6 weeks into the season, what has surprised you most about this team?
Surprised me the most. But I like the way, I think our defense is playing at a level that I don't know if we'll be surprised, but to a level that I'm pleased with, and thought it, and some of the depth that I was anticipating that could come has started to come, especially at the second level, our linebacker position, and the rotation of those defensive linemen has taken the step that we thought. I can't really say surprised yet. I think that's underselling those guys.
You mentioned the depth part. Seems like every week there are different guys popping up, producing. How pleased are you with that there are different guys and it's not consistently just the same 3-4 people every week?
Right, and Michael, that's part where you look at the rep counts and you look at the length of a season, and we haven't had an open week yet, and you worry about that. So we're starting to get a little bit more. It's good to see Taiwan, get in the flow a little bit better. And then J.C. Good didn't have a ton of snaps, but he made some great effort plays and is feeling more comfortable in his role. And that starts giving you even, we talked about Cornell before, so now we got 6 that we can rotate in a little bit better, and of course, we've been rotating in the secondary, and then the guys up front, we're playing a lot of guys, so that's really going to help that unit. Offensively, we're playing 3 guards, and then everything else is pretty stagnant. Play 3 tight ends, play a ton of receivers. Dylan McDuffie, I don't even know if he had a scrimmage snap at Texas. He gets like 13 carries, so that's good. I think we had a big day in the backfield, but really, neither one of Daniel or Devin really had it wasn't a 20-plus carry game.
You mentioned the guards. Have you done this before? Rotating 3 guys for 2 spots?
Yeah.
How pleased have you been with the success?
I think Amarje had one of his better games, maybe his best game. He's very physical. Kobe's an extremely physical player, and Michael Ford was our player of the week in the offensive line for just his steady play again. And Nowitzki didn't practice every day, and so he has to take some center reps as well. But yeah, we've been able to do that before, rotating some, and I really like it because it continues to keep guys working hard in practice, but also you can take it, a little bit of wear off the guys, and so it's got a lot of benefits. And we're not quite there yet with our younger tackles, and Logan Brown's been out, so it hasn't quite played out that way at that position. But it'd be nice if you can get to 7 or 8 and make it that you have mixing and matching parts.
6 games, and how has Austin Booker lived up to the expectations you had for him?
Yeah, I don't know if I put it like I have these expectations, like whether it be statistically. I never really kind of gone that way. Probably if there's, I think he's probably playing a little bit higher level than at times than what I thought. He still has things to get better at, and consistent and responsibility. There'll be some plays, of course, he'll show up, but then there's some plays, and he knows that, and we got to keep him in a good spot, but also give him some freedom to go make some plays. But he's talented, and he can, and I think he's not even near the ceiling yet of what he can completely be if he keeps after it. And I know he gets more comfortable every week. He's playing the most football he has since high school, and that's great to see in many ways for him and for us.
And then is Jalen practicing, and what are your thoughts on
Jalen's
if
not
he
practiced today, and I haven't gotten an update yet. So
As I was reading something last week, I saw somebody say that Central Florida, they have some guys that they got from the portal that just aren't contributing. And I started looking at what you guys have done. You guys have hit on a lot of guys in the portal. Just talk about the evaluation process and what you guys go through to do that.
Well, it happens fast, and it's going to get faster. Yeah, and I don't want to, we haven't hit every time, so we need to be honest there. But for the most part, there's evaluation, there's conversations, there's other things that we do that gives us a little idea on the person, and then of course through our conversations, are they going to fit? We've had young men have visits and they come here and we're like, I just don't think that one's going to fit, and there's enough obstacles. And usually, of course, when somebody is in the portal, they're seeking opportunity and playing time, but have to understand that it's gonna be competitive here now as well. And I think in some of our misses a year ago, that people thought they could pick Kansas because it would be easier to get on the field. And I think our guys now understand, and they hopefully continue. And sometimes it's, there are a lot of things that can happen that cause you to be deficient in a position. So, but yeah, I'm happy with where we're at right now, and I'm equally happy with our retention, and hopefully, we can continue to build the program maybe the old-fashioned way, where you get to redshirt some guys and develop them and keep them within the culture and build it, and hopefully they have a chance to contribute 3+ years.
Travis obviously sent out the letter about fan support 2 weeks ago. What did you think of the crowd on Saturday?
No, it was a very good crowd. You could, at least from, I don't really look behind me at all, but you could see a couple pockets set up in the corners, but I thought it was good. I mean, people are surprised when they come to our games about the noise level, the way the stadium sits, the way our student section and fans get into it. We need them, man. We need them because it does create a home field advantage, but all in all, I got a lot more to worry about than that. Okay, there's other things, and hopefully, I noticed there weren't as many there at halftime when it came out. I think that's the thing of hopefully, maybe because they felt the game was in control. I never did, but we can sustain that. But no, I think we've had solid crowds, and again, what are we evaluating against? Last year's at a certain point of the season, or are we going to talk about the first game here against South Dakota? I mean, so we've come a long way, and hopefully we make this a thing where it's a tough ticket to get your hands on.
Something you mentioned after the BYU game was the importance of the crowd for recruiting purposes. Can you explain how important it is for
Yeah,
what you guys want
well,
to do?
again, environment. It's all about environment. People, young men are impressionable. You know, sometimes, you know, television can do a great job of showing that. Sometimes they can do a great job of hiding that when it's not there. I mean, when you coach in the MAC on a weeknight, you know what sparse crowds look like, and let alone Division III. So you take that for you, but again, everything kind of plays a part these days for 16 to 18-year-olds. It can be facilities, it can be crowd, it can be the environment as a whole. It's sometimes it's uniforms and other things. There's a lot of things, but you try to check enough boxes, but keep what's really most important.
Oklahoma State, what kind of stands out about them to you?
Yeah, I think they played their best game, I think, of the year Friday night against the defending conference champions, and really, I think they've kind of hit a little more side. They've been rotating quarterbacks. I think they've settled now. Size and experience up front shows itself again. A lot of career starts, a lot of good, solid football players that they haven't probably had the start of the season that they desired. But again, like I said, I think they get 2 consecutive home games. It's a tough place to go play, and for us, it's a game we bust to. And there's some things we talked about today with our team that we've got to make sure we're in the right mindset and approach it in the right way, that we put ourselves in a position to play our best football.
Yeah, how do you feel like you guys have played on the road, kind of going back to the middle of last season?
Again, there's different dynamics, just like, the Texas game and those that kind of happen. I think we're getting better as a road team. I think we try to build good routines. I think our players understand and respect it. We give them input on different things to try to change. Trying to remember all our away games last year, that second half of the season. We didn't play well the second half as well as we'd like, so it could be something that could be analyzed and criticized probably, so continue to look at it. So I'm probably more focused on them right now than thinking back to all those games last year. I apologize.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at Alan Bowman, who's kind of become the starter for OSU the last 2 games, what has kind of stood out his tape-wise?
I'm sorry.
What's kind of stood out tape-wise for Alan Bowman?
Yeah, size, experience. Yeah, I think he's got a better feel for what they're doing. He's got a good arm. He's run some. Again, I think it's just being more comfortable and consistent in what they're doing. I don't want to speak for Coach Gundy or any of his people, but to me, I kind of look at when we first got here and you had 3 quarterbacks or so that are all pretty close, and you're trying to give everybody a chance, and one guy looks good, it's not easy, and that's not that you want to be fair. You give everybody the evaluation. Nobody's really taken the job. I wonder if that's what happened there. I don't know. And then all of a sudden something maybe was a tipping point. So I know what we went through the first year, when we had, Miles, Jalen, and Jason, and that was some of the things. It was nobody really, they all showed flashes, but nobody really stood out. So you keep going through it, and sometimes it takes a little longer.
Yeah, and obviously you guys have beaten OSU last year. Historically, I think it's been a struggle in Stillwater. Is that something you kind of point out to the team and say?
Yeah, we did a little bit. I did to our leadership group a little bit, and we obviously want to change that. That was pretty disappointing performance down there 2 years ago. I know that, but it's 2 years ago, and some of the guys that are still here definitely grown and matured since then. And last year I thought we played pretty well here. So take them for what they're worth, and but we've got to find a way to go down to a tough place, like I said, and find a way to win a game.
Yeah, and then you guys have one of the best rushing backs in the nation. How does that kind of open up the field for a guy like Jason D, just getting acclimated and getting more comfortable?
Yeah, I think everything, our receivers, again, not everybody wants to, be contributors and have catches and targets, and that can be disappointing, but as I think I said after the game a little bit, we said that this was probably gonna have to be the game plan. And our guys handled it. I still thought, you know, Lawrence came up with a couple of big plays, one on a reverse. Luke comes in, you know, Luke makes a couple of catches, but we didn't throw it a ton and didn't have to. But you know, the nice thing, and it's always been that way, but with our offensive philosophy is we're gonna do what it takes to be able to win games, but have it that we're balanced enough to do so. And sometimes it's, you know, we could be sitting in here, you know, next week talking about, you know, 50 attempts. You know, it can happen. So, but again, the rushing attack is a place if you want to try to win games, you better be able to run the football when you need to. And it was a good day for us Saturday.
Thanks. On Gilliam and those effort plays you mentioned, two things. I wonder, do those things stand out to his teammates? Do you think he's getting?
Yeah, they do. I mean, Jason's one of the most respected. Everybody knows, you know, he had a bad injury in spring ball, missed last season. You know, he's a great young man. It's been, and like I say, he's well liked and well respected, and not just liked, respected. And Coach Borland showed it to the whole defense. Showed a clip of practice of him making an effort play and how he practiced on the same blitz that he came, and he showed him making the play on the backside, chasing the guy down. Jason's one of the first 5 guys in this building every day. I go down to the lobby before on the day of a game, Jason's already down there. He is a guy you can count on. We've made him the switch from safety to outside backer. He continues to feel more comfortable. He plays a ton of special teams. And, you know, you want somebody like that in all his habits and what he does to be, you know, contagious throughout the locker room.
Anything else, Coach?
All right. Thanks.